inside the line of the All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Whistle Talk. Mike D, the referee, being joined again once more by Coach Chip. Coach Chip, what's happening, buddy? How you doing?
Brother, I am golden.
I love hearing that. Love hearing that. And for all the people that are out there that are watching, Coach Chip, looking good, buddy. No glasses.
Yeah, I got that. What my grandfather used to call, I got that Cadillac surgery.
Looking good, and we were just talking off the air. You're feeling good, so that's all that matters, bud. So glad to see you, and glad you could see me, even though it might not be so pretty.
Hey, it's 2020 in this eye, brother, and you're a lot uglier than I thought before.
Thank you. That's what I expected to hear. So before we dive into Rule 5 case plays tonight, really quick, this episode's being brought to you by refshop.us, the one-stop shop for your officiating equipment and uniforms. Whether you're working your first game or you're a veteran, grizzled old veteran like myself, and you're gearing up for the season, go to Ref Shop. They got you covered. Shirts, pants, whistles, everything. Your radios, the Midland radios, the earpieces, the Reading Study Guide, which I got to get myself my newest copy of. Well, refshop.us has it there for you. And if you use Talk26 at checkout, you get an extra 10% off. So make sure you visit there, refshop.us, and use Talk26. So, Coach Chip, you ready for Rule 5 case plays? We've gone over our Rule 4 case plays.
I read through it a little bit. I told you before, my wife had me doing some stuff in the yard this afternoon, so I didn't the whole thing, but it looked like even if I read it, I wouldn't get most of them. By the way, about the Ref Shop, I heard your podcast with him.
Yeah, Michael.
That was good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to be working with Michael. He reached out to me. He's a small shop out in Sioux City, South Dakota, but he covers a lot of the different state associations all across the U.S. He's like, hey, I'd love to work with you, and I'm always looking to help support some small groups and stuff like that, and support referees out there and officials out there. And hey, I don't. We mentioned it quickly, but he's got basketball stuff, he's got wrestling stuff. So all you officials that are out there that are multi-sport, it's there. Go check it out. Again, he's got some specific state stuff on there, but he's also got just the extra gear that we need. And I'm looking forward to getting myself that Midland or that decibel earpiece that we had talked about on the show. So,
but that was a good episode, and I could put myself in a referee's shoes for a little bit and say, like, that'd be really cool, you know.
Yeah, it's stuff that we always need. All right, so without further ado, we're going to dive into our Rule 5 case plays. So for those that have been listening, we've done a couple of the case books type of scenarios and the quiz type shows. Again, to kind of refresh us on all the different things. We've gone through Rule 6 of our NFHS Rule book, but I'm kind of backtracking to get these case plays in. But yeah, we're going to finish off the Rule book too. So I got a lot of stuff on the docket as the season is getting super close. I think I got scrimmages in 2 weeks or so. So let's get rocking and rolling with this. So Rule 5, our series downs, number of downs, team possessions after penalty, the case book plays. So, Coach Chip, our first one we're going to be talking about this evening is what happens when we have an incorrect down. And I know you and I have talked about it a number of times. The down marker is not always perfect. We sometimes make mistakes on the field, but we want to keep those marriages nice and easy. We're always talking with each other, communicating with each other, and the scoreboard operator could be Dad from the local school, and the down crew, the chain crew. Well, they could be the same thing. So we sometimes rely on them a little bit too much, but we sometimes then make mistakes with it. So
the only thing official about the scoreboard is the clock, correct?
Well, that depends. It's supposed to be, yes.
Yeah.
But if the clock goes down or it's going a little haywire, then we'll keep the official clock on the field. But yeah,
Yeah,
that should be.
don't trust the downs. Yeah, and but when I read this, I cannot ever remember in all my years where the referees screwed up the down, and if they did, it didn't have an effect on the outcome of the game. Now
Yeah.
there were many times where we as coaches screwed up the down and forgot there was a penalty on first down and they got a redo, and the ref would always explain. I would like, oh yeah, that's right, but and there probably was some times where they screwed it up, but again, it doesn't take out of my mind. That's one thing refs are good about. Now, the down marker, not necessarily official, it's that rubber band on y'all's hand, right?
Yep, that's what we should be using. And for me, I actually use the rubber band, and I actually have a down indicator on top of it. So my rubber band, I'm actually using, because of an umpire position, I'm using that for my lateral position of the ball. So you're seeing me finagle that, and then I'm sliding. I've got a little slide one that goes right over top of that for the down. So
I never forget one time we had a ref on our sideline, and we were on the road, so the sticks were on our side, and he kept telling the guy with the box. He said, "Man, come on, you're making me look bad, brother." He said, "You got to keep this thing right." He said, because nobody knows what's on my hand, but everybody can see that daggum box.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we don't like to turn around to that box often. So a lot of times rely on our partner across the field who's looking straight at it to say, "Hey, Mike, the box. We got to get the box. Third down," and then let's go 3 on there. But you'll see we should be signaling with our hand to the box guys and different things like that. But we don't want to really turn our back on the play too often.
Okay, that's
but
cool.
Sometimes we do have the incorrect down. So, situation 5-1-1. What procedure is used to correct the down if it is discovered A, after a 5th down has been run and the discovery is prior to the ball becoming live after a new series of downs is awarded, and prior to the declaration of the end of any period, or B, A has not been given its allotted 4 downs and it's discovered prior to the ball becoming live after a new series of downs is awarded and prior to the declaration of the end of period. So, what are we going to do in 5th down or not 5th down?
I think both those are fixable because a play hasn't been run.
Oop, clicking the wrong one. You are correct, sir. So the ruling in both cases, the number of the next down can be corrected by the referee. The play will revert to where it was before the 5th down was run, after the enforcement of any personal, dead ball, or unsportsmanlike fouls that may have occurred during the down. And in B, the referee can declare the proper next down and resume of play. So, yep, we are good to go on that one.
What are you going to do, Mike D, when the coach figures it out and he's trying to stop the play, the next snap from happening, and he runs on the field? Okay. Are y'all going to give him the ball, or are y'all going to penalize him for running on the field?
He better be running on the field calling a timeout, and we'll
then you'll give him a timeout back?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay.
So just let's call that timeout, because if he is wrong, he's getting a delay game penalty if he's running out on that field. But without calling the timeout, I should say. So, yeah. But if he's right, I mean, if he needs to challenge a ruling and something like that, yeah, that's something we all should be on board with. All right, situation B. It's 2nd down and 6 on the last play of the 3rd period. A36 gains 3 yards. After the play, the down indicator is flipped to 4th down. Following a brief pause to ensure no reason to defer ending the period, the referee holds the ball over their head to signify the end of the period. Both teams change ends of the field as they always do, and the chains are reversed before the snap of the ball. For the first play of the 4th period, the coach of Team A notifies the officials that they think there is an error in the down. Coach, what do we got?
All right, this is the exception. The ball has not been snapped, but he has indicated the period is over. So I'm thinking, since the period is over, you can't get the redo.
And unfortunately, that one is also correct. Because the third period officially ended when the referee held the ball over their head, therefore the down error may not be corrected. So this is one where we all want to make sure that we got the right thing and that everybody sees what's going on. It's a shame. This one is a tough one for me to sit here and validate. I'm not going to lie to you. Because if we all have 3 on our wrists and on our fingers and stuff like that, but the box has 4, we're probably going to correct it. If that makes sense. We're probably going to make right by what that non-official may have done in some cases. But yeah, that's a touchy one. All right, this one's even more fun. During a 5th down play, Team A is flagged for an illegal formation, holding, face mask, taunting, or fighting. Team A is flagged for these.
And Team A is the offense.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, illegal formation, the ball is snapped.
Yep.
So it's going to just be the penalty. Holding, the ball is snapped. Twisting face mask, the ball is snapped. Taunting, that's after. Taunting is really after the 5th down.
Yep.
And so is fighting. I don't think there's any effect.
Penalties are not enforced in A or B. In C, D, and E, the penalty is enforced as a dead ball foul. So the twisting of the face
those are
mask.
personal fouls. Yeah.
Yep. So in C and D and E, and in E, the player is going to be disqualified. So the penalty is going to be enforced, and most likely it's going to be a change of possession because of that 5th down. We're not going to replay down 5. They're dead ball penalties anyway. So in A and B, which are live ball, we're not going to enforce them, and we're going to move on.
Well, hey, and people go maybe wonder, like, well, how often does that happen? During one of Nebraska's 3 national championships in the mid-'90s, didn't they beat Missouri on a 5th down play?
Goal line play, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads us to our next one. Ball's on the 50-yard line with 10 yards to go for the 1st down. The down indicator erroneously indicates it's 4th down when Team K punts on what is actually A, 3rd down, or B, 5th down. R6 returns the punt for an apparent touchdown. Prior to the try and without a period ending, it's brought to the attention of the game officials that the down indicator was in error. Coach, what do you got there?
I think you can go back and do a redo on both those because the ball.
Correct.
Yep.
The score is canceled in A, and the ball is returned back to the 50-yard line where it will be 3rd and 10 for Team A. So obviously they're not going to be in a punt formation at that scenario. And in B, the 5th down was run in error. The score is canceled, and the ball is returned to the 50-yard line where it is now 1st and 10 for R. So R kind of gets a little bit screwed in B scenario because they're not getting the touchdown, but they are getting the ball. So,
well, I've actually heard of this. It hadn't happened to me, where the down indicator was wrong and the guy yelled for the punt team. The coach yelled for the punt team, and the wing on his sideline said, "Coach, that's wrong. It's 3rd down."
yeah. But
So
that's we're going to correct it before that happens.
Yes, preventative officiating is much better than having to do redos.
Absolutely, 100%. And that's something that I've preached a number of times with the preventative officiating. That not only goes for just the players, but dealing with the coaches, talking with the coaches, and dealing with our chains and dealing with ourselves, in essence.
Yeah.
All right. So now we got awarding a new series of downs. And you can see here my little clip of a false start.
All the linemen except the center.
Yep. So 5-1-2, the situation following the ready for play signal for a new series of downs. A new series for A. In A, B1 encroaches, or in B, A1 false starts. Coach, what are you going to have down and distance? Are we doing anything?
A, you're going to have 1st and 5. B, you're going to have 1st and 15.
Pretty simple. Yep, correct. All right, the situation 2. During A1's run for a 1st down to B's 20-yard line, B12 commits a non-player foul for substitute entering the field during the down, but not participating. Following the down, A1 taunts the opponent. What do we got, Coach?
I think you enforce the first one, and then you do the second one.
If it's accepted, the penalty for B entering during the down is enforced from the succeeding spot. After the decision on this penalty, A will then be penalized 15 yards for the unsportsmanlike conduct, and A will have the ball with a new series of downs, 1st and 10.
And the reason why is because it was a post. Taunting is a post penalty. I mean, it's post.
Dead ball.
Yeah, dead ball.
Yep. Yes, sir. Oh, we're cruising along here. 3rd and 10 from A. 3rd and 10 for A from B's 40-yard line. A1 gains 10 yards and is downed at B's 30. A2 then taunts B1 during the run.
You're going to get the first down, because I guess first down because it was 10 yards. It's 3rd and 10. Okay, so it's first down, and then you mark off the dead ball penalty, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 45.
Since the live ball action gave A new series, the line to gain shall be established for A. Let me rephrase that. The line to gain shall be established after A is penalized for A2's unsportsmanlike act. So we're going to treat that unsportsmanlike taunting, that unsportsmanlike act, as going to be a dead ball foul. So we are going to give them the first down. They got it, and then we're going to back them up to 15 yards. So we're going to have 1st and 10 from B's 45-yard line, just like you said it, Coach.
And I know that because it's happened to me. But
yeah, unfortunate. All right, with 4th and 5 on B's 20, A1 is downed on B's 16-yard line. During the down, the coach of B is on the field arguing with the game official. Following the down, A1 uses profanity. Oh, darn.
That's not what he said.
I know.
With 4th and 5, so he's down at the 16. Well, first off, B's got the ball now because they did not achieve the line to gain. But during the down, Coach of B is on the field arguing with the game. During the down, so that makes me think it's not post snap, so they can. I don't know, but I think they can. And then A1 uses. I think you're going to, because it was during the down, it's going to be marked off, and it's going to be first down for A. All right. Because B brought his butt on the field during the play, and then you're going to back it up 15 because A1 used profanity following the down, which makes it post-snap, so now it's back 15. I don't know what yard line these are going to be on, but I think that's the way it's going to end up.
So going back through the scenario, it's 4th and 5 from the 20. They only gained 4 yards, so they didn't gain the line to gain at that scenario.
Correct.
So, since A didn't gain the first down on 4th down by the run, B is going to be awarded the series. The enforcement for the penalties for the foul on the coach of B and for the foul on A are going to offset. We're going to basically have 2 dead ball fouls in that scenario.
So even though it happened during the play, because it was a coach,
Correct.
It's treated like a post-snap penalty.
Correct.
That's what I was thinking was the wild card in that thing.
Yep.
It happened during the play.
Yep.
Okay.
So, but his action didn't really affect the play. We're treating it as a dead ball foul.
Okay.
All right. With 2nd and 5 from B's 40, A1 advances to B's 30. Following the down, A2 illegally contacts B1.
All right. I wish they just do O and D instead of A and B. It'd make it a lot easier. But with 2nd 5 at B's 40, A1 advances to B's 40, which means that's a first down. Following the down, A2 illegally contacts B1. So it's going to be moved back 15 and going to be 1st and 10.
From the 45-yard line.
Yeah.
15-yard, reset the chains. All right. The effect of R touching a kick. This is Rule 5 at its finest. 5-1-3. K1's field goal attempt is partially blocked behind the neutral zone, but it deflects beyond the neutral zone, and it is then muffed by R1. The muffed ball is recovered behind the line of scrimmage in A, or beyond the neutral zone by K2. So in one scenario, the kicking team recovers it behind their own line of scrimmage. In scenario B, it is beyond the neutral zone. So behind the neutral zone or beyond the neutral zone. Coach, what do we got?
All right, it's R's ball at A, and because it was behind, and since it was muffed, it's going to be K's ball beyond the neutral zone.
In both A and B, it is K's ball. In A, K2 could have advanced it because it was beyond advanced it after recovering. In B, they could not advance it because of the muff, because it's still beyond the neutral zone.
But what if, okay, so it's muffed, they can't advance it, but they recover it and it's first down?
Yep.
So in this situation on the screen right here.
Yeah, that's not a true situation. I just looked
Okay,
for a
that's just,
clip.
okay, all right.
Yeah, that was just a clip of a blocked field goal.
Okay.
And it's also a dig at my Jets fans that are out there. Seems to happen to them all the time. All right, 4th and 10.
That's because their colors are friggin' ugly.
White and green?
It's ugly.
Well, don't look at my screen because that's what my all my
Well,
slides
that's the
are.
color of grass. You didn't put it on a uniform.
Well,
I will say this, though. Them going back to the old 1960 uniform does look better than those 1970s things, which were uglier than a mud fence.
I love the white on white, the white helmets.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about the Joe Namath uniforms.
Yeah.
Those were good. The Richard Todd era uniforms, they were hideous. The New York Stock Exchange era, that all green stuff. I remember when they went to it, I said, what are they doing? I was like 12, 13 years old when they changed them. I said,
But why is it that you're only bringing up Alabama quarterbacks?
because they had back-to-back quarterbacks that were from Alabama. Oh, I'm sorry. And when we bring up quarterbacks that won national championships and Super Bowls, sorry, there's going to be 3 of them from Alabama.
You're a little tainted in your thought process, but
Ain't painted, but it's true.
It's fandom at its
But
finest.
it's true.
I know it's true.
Okay.
Richard Todd didn't win a Super Bowl.
No, I'm not talking about him. You had 3 Alabama quarterbacks who've won national championships and Super Bowls.
That's for another day.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. 4th and 10 from K's 45-yard line. K1 punts the ball beyond the neutral zone. R1 muffs the ball back behind the neutral zone where K1 recovers it and A, falls on the ball at K's 40-yard line. Or B, throws a forward pass to K3, which is complete at the 50-yard line, and R1 interferes with K3. Or C, K1 punts the ball and R1 fair catches it at this time.
Coach Chip has left the building. I'm done. Just go ahead and reveal the answer. Dude, there's so many letters in that, A's, B's, and R's. This is like algebra class. I was under the impression there would be no math.
There's always math. All right, so we'll break it down. Since R1 touched the kick beyond the neutral zone, it will be first down for the team in possession in all A, B, and C.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Exactly.
The ticket.
In A, it is first down for the kicking team at K's 40-yard line, which is they fall on the ball at the K 40-yard line.
Yeah.
In B, they throw a pass to K3, which is complete at the 50, and R1 interferes. So the pass is legal as there has been no change of team possession. If K accepts the penalty for pass interference, it'll be a 15-yard penalty, or they can take the result of the catch. It doesn't specify complete to the 50-yard line, so they didn't gain enough. In C, K1 punts the ball and R1 fair catches it at the 30. In C, the second punt is legal as there had been no change of team possession.
Holy
the ball
cow.
belongs to R, 1st and 10 at their 30-yard line.
So if it gets blocked, there's no change of possession, and it doesn't cross the line of scrimmage, they can punt it again.
Bingo.
But now if it crosses the line, they can't go down there and pick it up and punt it again. It's got to be behind the line of scrimmage. Okay.
Coach, K1 punts the ball beyond the neutral zone. R1 muffs the ball back behind the neutral zone.
Oh, it did cross, but it came back,
Yeah,
and they can
came
still
back.
punt it again
Yep. Kick
That's
is a kick is a kick.
until it's not.
Correct. All right. Possession now. Team possession after a penalty enforcement. You're having fun with these case plays, huh? We gotta know these case plays. We gotta know the reading book. We gotta know the rule book when we walk on the field Friday night.
I hope there's some referees in Georgia that are watching this, and I'm getting some damn brownie points from this for helping these guys out, because y'all are killing me.
Well, I'm sure they're doing their best.
These A's, B's, and C's. I got to talk to you about something else too off the air.
Okay. But I want you to remember all these A, B's, and C's when you're out there yelling at the officials for making a mistake.
Oh,
That
I don't
goes
yell
for
at them.
everyone.
I don't yell at them. I don't yell at them anymore.
Well, when I say you, I mean you as in the coaches, not just you, Coach Chip.
I just look at the young guys and I say, y'all need to shut up, and you ain't doing no damn good.
Yep. All right. 4th and 5 from B's 30-yard line. A1 throws a forward pass that is intercepted by B1 at his 10-yard line, and it's returned to B's 29. While the pass was in flight, ineligible A2 was illegally downfield, and the ball is muffed by A2 at the 12-yard line prior to being intercepted, or B did not touch A2 prior to the touching and interception by B1.
You, Uncle.
In A has committed 2 fouls, illegal touching and ineligible downfield. B1 will decline the ineligible penalty downfield and keep the football, but they'll accept the penalty for the illegal touching as the ball will be at B's 35 following the enforcement. And it'll be B's ball due to the loss of down foul. So,
You know, you guys got to love doing the games of really well-coached teams.
yeah, 1,000%.
Because when you think about it, there are so many things that can go wrong in a football play.
Yeah.
This right here, man. Yeah.
And now
Think
the
about
answer.
how many times in the years we've known each other, how many times have you brought up a scenario and I go, oh yeah, that happened to me before.
Mm-hmm.
This has never happened.
No. But that's the thing. It could be that one play that this occurs in, that one time at the end of a game that this happens in. We got to get it right.
I know you do, but I'm saying but you know, I know there's coaches a lot of the refs that listen to this go like, Coach Chip's full of shit. All this stuff dude, I've done this over 40 years. When I say I've had it happen or seen it happen, I'm telling you the truth. Because right now, I've never, okay,
Hold on a second. What did you, I got to interrupt you. What did you just say Coach Chip says or is?
What'd I say?
Yeah. Did you use profanity?
Yeah. You gonna throw a flag?
Yep.
Anyway, it's like when Wyatt Earp shot all those guys in that clearing from that creek, and the guy said, have you ever seen anything like that? He goes, hell, I've never heard of anything like that. I've never even heard of this, Mike. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm going like, if and I'm on y'all's side on this, if I'm a referee, this is a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
Multiple things, and then you got to explain it to a coach.
Yeah. And this is where we got to not only just explain it to the coach, we got to figure out how we're going to do it in verbiage that the coach is going to understand and kind of be able to move the game along. But now, we haven't even answered B. Did not touch A2 prior to the touching in the interception. So in B, the foul carries a 5-yard penalty, and B would likely decline the penalty and keep the ball 1st and 10 from their 29 with the interception. So in A, they're going to decline the 1 penalty, and they're going to accept the 2nd penalty, which is a loss of down. So they're going to basically lose the interception. So whoever got the interception is getting that off his stat sheet. But they're going to get 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line as opposed to their own 29-yard line. So they're going to gain 6 yards by not intercepting the ball. In this scenario, well, it's different.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody's sitting there dreaming this stuff up.
Yeah, listen, somebody sat down and typed this stuff into a book for us, and that still boggles my mind.
But it makes me think somewhere it happened before.
That's exactly what it is. And the one good thing is these case plays are coming from the NFHS. They reach out to us.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys have seen, that scenario that's happened? Like, they want us to contact our local association up to the state association, and the state send it to Indianapolis, which is where their headquarters are, and let them know of these different scenarios, because we're going to be watching something like this on YouTube in a couple weeks and saying, oh, there it is, that happened. All right, 4th down and 4 from the 50-yard line. A1 runs to B's 40-yard line and then throws an incomplete forward pass.
Well, you got an illegal forward pass.
Yep. If B declines the penalty, though, A gets the ball 1st and 10 from B's 40-yard line. If B accepts the 5-yard penalty for the illegal forward pass, it will still be 1st down for A, but at the 45-yard line.
Because they had enough. Yeah.
Yep, and that is a succeeding spot foul, which was beyond the line to gain, and a newer series was awarded.
Man, defense coordinators are going to be trying to kill somebody on that one.
Oh, head coach is going to be trying to kill somebody on that one.
Yeah.
Because they're going to say, well, how come it wasn't incomplete? There's going to be a whole lot they're going to be coming at us.
It really wasn't a pass.
All right. We got this one and 3 more slides, Coach, and then we're done. So K1 punts the ball to R1. R1 catches the punt on their own 10-yard line and begins to return it. During the run, K1 grabs R1's face mask, opening at the R20-yard line. R1 continues to advance, but is hit, fumbles the ball on K's 10-yard line. K2 recovers the fumble on K's 5-yard line, and K now commits a dead ball foul.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, I was with you to about the 5th line. All right, first off, before all that happened, they can retain the ball because they can accept the penalty, because the penalty occurred before the turnover.
Which penalty?
The face mask.
So R is going to retain the ball, is what you're saying.
In that scenario.
Okay.
All right. But then he fumbles. And then K2 recovers the fumble on K's 5-yard line, and K commits the dead ball foul. Dude, I think K gets screwed on this. I think R keeps the ball, and they get the damn dead ball foul.
If R accepts the penalty for the face mask, it will be enforced from the end of R1's run, which is the spot of the fumble, which is why we need to beanbag that, thus making it 1st and goal for R at K's 5-yard line. The dead ball foul would be administered from that point, making it 1st and goal from the 2.5-yard line. If R refuses the penalty, the ball would belong to K on K's own 5-yard line. R then may accept the penalty for the dead ball foul by K3, making it K's ball, 1st and 10 from the 2.5-yard line. Why they would not take the face mask penalty, I don't know, but we got to know what happens if they do decline it.
Yeah. But
All right.
Whoa, let it be written, so let it be done. I was right that time.
I was working on my... There you go. I was working on my soundboard, trying to get this stuff ironed out. All right. 4th and 1 from A's 47-yard line. Quarterback A1 keeps the ball and is downed very near the line to gain. When the down ends, the ball is in possession of A1, and it's in possession that it is positioned so that its long axis is diagonal to the sideline. or it is positioned so that its long axis is parallel to the yard line. A requests a measurement. What do we do with the ball in that scenario?
You turn it where it's parallel to the sideline.
The ball must be aligned so that the long axis is parallel to the sideline in both A and B prior to the measurement. The referee will place their hand at the foremost point of the ball when it becomes dead and rotate the ball so that its long axis is parallel to the sideline and there's no gain or loss in distance. Following the rotation, the measurement will be made on the foremost point of the ball. So if it's the R or if it's the umpire, which are typically marking the ball here, I'm going to put that ball, I'm going to hold that ball no matter where it is, and I'm just going to kind of spin it so that the nose is where the side of the football
But you're
may
going to
have been.
spin it by the nose, not
Yes.
put your hand in the middle and spin it, which will give half the
Couple
length of
inches.
the football to the offense.
Correct. Correct.
Which is my spin of preference, but yeah, that's unfair to the defense.
Yep.
I never thought about that, but yeah, the ref needs to spin it by the nose.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because we're going to treat that field of play as basically another goal line, which is now where we're going to go with the ball is on the goal line. So we need
but
to make sure that we know.
All right, so the guy's running with the football. He's about to score, and he gets hit. And he comes down like there from the goal line.
So you're
If you
showing
spin that
about an
thing by
inch.
the nose, you're going to spin it across the plane of the goal line. So what you're going to do?
He's short of the goal line?
Well, it wouldn't be. If you spun it by, what I'm saying is, if the ball was parallel to the goal line,
Uh-huh.
and then you spin it by the nose will cross the goal line. So what y'all got to do is figure out how far did the ball go and put the nose there.
Yeah. So I'm going if he lands parallel to the goal line, I'm spinning the ball back towards their own goal line
Correct.
and not forwards, so that would be breaking the plane. All right. Ball on the goal line. 1st and 10 from A's 4-yard line. A1 is tackled with the ball lying on the 5-inch line with its long axis parallel to the line to gain. How is the ball to be spotted? Coach, you just said it.
We just said it. You got to move it back to the furthest point achieved when it was parallel to the goal line. Because if you spin it, it's going to cross the goal line.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I went too fast. Well, that's already up there. All right, Coach, don't look at the right side of your screen. A1 receives the snap behind their goal line. A1 advances, but is tackled, and the ball becomes dead with the foremost point of the ball in the field of play, but part of the ball in their own end zone. What do we got?
Well, you've told me before the entire ball has to be out of the end zone.
Yep.
Okay. Now, before you told me that, I would not have said that. Yeah.
I dream a genie.
Mike D, you educated me on that a long time ago.
Yep.
The
So this
entirety,
scenario-
the entirety of the ball has to be out of the end zone.
Yep. So this is a safety, and to avoid a safety, the ball must be advanced completely out of the end zone with no part of it touching the goal line. Safety.
Dun, 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 dun.
Coach, that's all she wrote. Let me
Well, it was
stop
fun.
sharing. All right. So, Coach Chip, once again, appreciate you jumping on for Rule 5. I think our next episode we're going to go over Rule 7 and then backtrack and do our case plays of 6 and 7 after that. 6, 7, yeah, for all the people out there listening. Hate that.
Well, Chambo should be back from playing soldier.
Yes, Army Boy. Is what
I'll
he
be here
says,
with you.
sir.
And be sure that you follow me on Football Talk with Coach Chip on YouTube. Come on, guys. That's my retirement gig. Help me out. Help a brother out. And even if you don't watch a video, go over there and subscribe to it. And check us out. If you like listening to the guys talk football, just like telling old tales and stories, check out my podcast, Football Talk with Coach Chip, the podcast, wherever you get podcasts. You know, I looked at it today, this afternoon, and every one of them eventually gets a little over 200, listens. Which, I mean, I ain't lighting it up. It ain't like it's Joe Rogan or anything. But like I tell people, I'm just talking football to guys like you and coaches all over the country. And today I had contacted a guy and I said, hey, man, you want to be on my podcast? He said, yeah, call me. We talked for an hour. I wasn't even recording that. We just I wish we'd recorded that conversation. And that's what I'm doing. If you like that kind of stuff, head over there and listen to it. And Mike D is going to be on in a week or two, maybe 3, but before the season starts, doing his annual points of emphasis and rule changes and things like that. Which, by the way, that always gets more views or listens than some of the others, because the coaches know it's out there now, and that's good stuff too. And that's why I try to help Mike D. Mike D tries to help me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're all just here trying to help football, because that's what we live.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, there's 3 teams on the field on Friday night.
Yep.
And one team doesn't give a damn who wins.
No.
And so, and they're doing their best. And now, granted, 20 years ago, Coach Chip wouldn't have bought into that, but I grew up. I matured. I hit my 40s. Well, us men, we mature emotionally later than women do. But I figured out. I said, oh, they're just regular folks too. The world would be a lot better place if everybody would just sit back. If we made all the coaches and all the referees gather in a field somewhere with a bunch of trucks backed up to each other, opened the tailgates and opened up a cooler of beer, and everybody just hung out, drank beer, and talked, we'd all realize, okay, we're all just trying to do the same thing.
Yep. And 2 things. My wife will disagree with you that I've matured, even in my 50s. So she still
Mine
thinks.
would too, but she don't know what she's talking about.
Exactly. I've
She
matured.
didn't know me 20 years ago.
And B, let's do it. Somebody come up with a location. Let's all get there. Let's all have a vacation day and just do it. Just get all the coaches, get all the referees, and just let's crack open a couple cold ones and just sit there and talk football and yell at each other and banter with each other and laugh with each other and, show that we're all humans, because the coaches are humans, we're humans, the kids that are playing this game are humans, and, well, it's a game.
I've got the place for you and I to meet.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, a guy I coached with about 20 years ago went back home to Virginia, and he's got a property on the river in Virginia.
Ooh.
I forget the name of the river. It's got a really cool name. And that's about halfway for both of us. But New Jersey to Georgia, wouldn't Virginia be about halfway?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be down in Myrtle Beach in a couple weeks.
Oh.
I'll be down there for a baseball tournament, so any South Carolina officials out there, hit me up with some good places. I've actually never been to Myrtle Beach, so kind of looking forward to it, except for it's going to be
Myrtle
hot.
Beach is pretty. We went a few years ago to a convention up there at Hilton, Hilton Head.
Okay.
And I think Myrtle Beach is right above it. But anyway. But yeah.
All right, Coach. Let's kill this episode and continue our banter off.
All right, refs. See you on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you, Coach.